guys, StarMaster65 here, and I love the Nintendo DS. There are so many classic games on this handheld. From first party to third party, the DS is bound to have a game you'll enjoy. This makes sense if you think about it. I mean, it sold like 150 million units. Any console that sells that well is bound to have some standout games, both great and not so great. Looking at you, Star Fox Command. Yeah, that's right, I don't like this game. It's boring. Anyways, this video isn't about the good or bad DS games, but the underrated ones that didn't stand a chance against the best and weren't as terrible as 101-in-1 Sports Megamix. Now, what exactly makes a game underrated? An underrated game isn't simply better than the worst and not as good as the best. I consider an underrated game to be something that you get enjoyment out of while the majority of others don't. A game that you love to play that maybe isn't looked back at fondly by critics or even other gamers. Anyways, which DS games do I want to shine the spotlight on? Well, you're about to find out.
I think we're at the point where we need to admit that this was never really a great franchise.
Nope. Sonic was never good.
Yeah.
Sonic was never good.
Yeah.
Sonic was never good.
This guy's clearly never played Sonic Rush Adventure. Yes, as a Sonic fan, I can admit that Sonic has had some terrible games throughout his past. But Rush Adventure? This is one of the best 2D Sonic games I've ever played. I just beat it for the first time a few months ago, and I had a blast. Every level was so vivid and colorful, the stupid Death Pit level design from Rush has been extremely toned down, the soundtrack is amazing, the bow mechanic is something? Look, a lot of people don't enjoy this gimmick thing that much, but I kinda like it. It was a cool way to break up the pace, and to me, it's inoffensive at worst. This game introduced many one-time appearance characters, like Marine, who I think is a pretty cool character, and the main antagonists this time around, Captain Whisker and Johnny. Speaking of Johnny, he's who you compete against in a speedboat race to get the Chaos Emeralds in this game's special stages. Alright, I'm just gonna come out and say it, these are some of my favorite special stages in any Sonic game. The touchscreen controls are cool, the main concept of them is to be as fast as possible, which is what Sonic's all about, and it's just an all-around good time. Blaze makes another playable appearance in this game too, which is a nice addition. I could keep talking about this game for days, but I should probably give some other games a chance too. See what I did there? You'll understand in a second. Mario Party DS. Terrible transition aside, multiplayer games are extremely popular. They always have been. Playing a game with friends and family is one of the best experiences, especially if you love video games, because you get to share doing what you love with the people you love. Mario Party, on the other hand, flips that concept on its head and turns everyone against each other. Mario Party DS is one of my favorite Mario Party games of all time, and I don't even own the game. MarioFan27 does, and he's actually recording the footage that you're seeing right now, so go check him out and subscribe. Thanks, Mario Fan. We've played it together a few times, and we had a great time. The minigames are so much fun, and they remind me of the ones present in Mario Party 7. A lot. Like, a lot. My favorite minigame has to be Fast Food Frenzy. Trying to avoid fast food on a conveyor belt is fun, but being the person that places the food and screwing over everyone else, that's just the essence of Mario Party. Mario Party. This game has 5 boards to choose from, with my personal favorite being DK's stone statue. Mostly because it's the only one I've played, but it's still pretty cool. Anyways, this game is your typical Mario Party game. Roll the dice, move some spaces, collect coins to buy stars or music notes or whatever the themed piece on the board is, win minigames, and don't play with a broken DSi microphone. If you know, you know. Alright, that's enough Mario for one video. Let's head back to Sega Land now. Sega Superstars Tennis. This is my favorite tennis game of all time, but that's not hard to accomplish when your only competition is realistic tennis games and Mario Tennis. Not saying that Mario Tennis is bad or anything. Sega Superstars Tennis is a game where you play tennis, wait for it, as Sega characters. Mind-blowing stuff, I know. In all seriousness, this is a solid tennis game on consoles, and the DS, it's pretty good too. Mission mode is where all the fun is at. These missions are so random, and that's what makes them so much fun to play. Collecting rings on a tennis court, hitting arrows with your tennis balls to direct Choo-Choos to their rocket from Choo-Choo Rocket, they're just so quirky and amusing. There is a multiplayer mode in this version too, and I've played it before with Mario Fan 27. Go check out the video. Anyway, it's not that great. Both players are forced to play as Sonic, in download play at least, and the game just goes on forever. Maybe multi-card play is different? I don't know. All I can say is, if you're looking for a game with a bunch of Sega representation, you love quirky mission modes, or you're just a fan of tennis in general, definitely pick this up. But if you want it for the multiplayer, maybe stick with the console variations instead. Speaking of console variations, this game has none. Why is that important? It's not, I just needed another transition. Meteos is a puzzle game published by Nintendo and developed by Sora Limited, exclusively for the Nintendo DS, and mobile phones, and Xbox Live Arcade. I hated this game when I first tried it, mostly because it was super difficult and made no sense to me, but then I got sort of good at it, and now it's super satisfying to move these blocks around. This game is like Candy Crush in the sense that your goal is to move 3 blocks beside each other to clear out other blocks, but it also takes place in space, and the blocks you clear get shot out at enemies, which also reminds me of Star Fox. Then there are the menus, which were clearly ripped right out of Smash Bros. I mean, Masahiro Sakurai worked on this game, so that makes sense. You can either play a quick mode or story mode in single player, which I still don't understand. You select a little alien to side with, play the Candy Crush / Tetris-esque puzzles, defeat enemy planets with your block combos, rinse, and repeat. It's so much fun to just pick up and play. And the sound design in this game too, man, it's just so good. This is probably one of the most obscure Nintendo games ever, and I love it. If you're into puzzle games, or you know someone that is, get this, please, it's so good. Spongebob Squarepants, a cartoon icon. He's also had a bunch of video games, some good and some, well, not so good. This one that I'm about to talk about though, it's good. It's really good. SpongeBob's Atlantis Squarepantis was released on PS2, Wii, GBA, and of course, the DS. The home console versions of the game were pretty boring, consisting of a bunch of mini-games, and I know nothing about the GBA version, but I can say without a doubt that the DS version is a solid movie tie-in game. The core gameplay consists of platforming in a 3D space, controlling one of 2 characters, sorta like the LEGO games. Once you finish Bikini Bottom as SpongeBob and Patrick, you unlock Sandy, Squidward, and Mr. Krabs as playable characters, with each character having a unique moveset. This game also has multiplayer. I tried it with Mario Fan 27, but, you know, lockdown exists, so yeah, won't be doing that anytime soon. Anyways, as a single-player game, it's pretty fun. Doing simple puzzles and platforming, beating up fish bandit dudes and jellyfish, it's an all-around good time. The one thing that can get annoying when playing alone is that you have to switch to the CPU-controlled character to move them to the end of certain level sections sometimes if the CPU gets stuck. Not the best explanation, but the footage speaks for itself. A very small annoyance and an otherwise great game. This is probably my second favorite SpongeBob game, behind Battle for Bikini Bottom. So, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Animal Crossing Wild World is my favorite Animal Crossing game, hands down. Yeah, I've played New Horizons, but it doesn't have that awesome dialogue that the villagers in Wild World had. City Folk, psh, that's just a lesser Wild World. The OG Animal Crossing, that one's actually really good too. But there's one thing that I truly love about Wild World, and it's the trading game. You know, the one where you grow red turnips, trade them with Wendell, who gives you a country guitar for KK's photo, or a turban that you then give to Sahara. Then she gives you a massage chair that you give to Tortimer, who gives you a scallop that you send over to Pascal, the best Animal Crossing NPC, other than Brewster, of course. Anyways, give that scallop to Pascal, and he'll give you his photo, which is what I'm trying to get, or a golden axe, which is also pretty cool. But yeah, back to why this game is awesome. Having Able Sisters right next to Nook's shop is very convenient, and like I said earlier, the dialogue with the villagers is amazing. In fact, I'd say it peaked in Wild World. GameCube's was a bit too harsh, City Folks was practically non-existent, and New Horizons, well, it's too nice and very repetitive. Wild World is the perfect balance, and it also has a wide variety of villager responses. They'll give you gifts, hang out at your place, give you their photo if you're lucky. I have a lot more I could say about this game, but I think I'll save that for another day. In short, Animal Crossing Wild World is a fun time with fun events, in-depth villager interactions, cool NPCs, and KK bootlegs. Gotta love listening to Forest Life on my red radio. Alright, before I end this video, I'd like to throw in a brief honorable mention to Mario Hoops 3-on-3. I just bought this game a week ago, as of writing the script about a month ago now, and it arrived in the mail the week I'm writing this, so why not throw it in here too? Mario Hoops is a basketball game developed by Square Enix, and it's super fun. It reminds me of a mix of the early Mario sports games mixed with Mario Kart, mixed with, well, basketball. I'm not a huge basketball fan, but I do enjoy playing basketball video games. And Mario Hoops 3-on-3 is one of the best. A great roster of Mario characters, even some Square Enix characters, and the gameplay itself is fun as well. You use the D-pad to run around, and swipe the stylus on the touchscreen to jump block, side shuffle, or steal the ball. There are also items that you can grab on the court to hit the opposing team with, and that also nets you the ball. You also collect coins, which gives you more points when you score a basket. Anyways, Nintendo should make another Hoops game. I feel like it would do really well on the Switch. The DS game is fun, and I'm glad I bought it. Well, I'm out of dumb transitions, so let's just jump to the outro. Man, the DS had some great games that didn't really receive the attention they deserved. Sonic Rush Adventure was overshadowed by the original Sonic Rush game, Spongebob's Atlantis Squarepantis was a movie tie-in game on a handheld, and Meteos was a game. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this look back at some underrated DS games, and who knows, maybe people will start playing Meteos at esports tournaments. Come on, let's make it happen. Alright, this is the outro. Welcome to the outro. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. This took a while to make. As I'm working on this, as I'm recording this, it's January 31st. Hopefully the video's out by next week, but yeah. Like I said, hope you enjoyed. If you want to check out any other scripted videos, I haven't done some in a while. They'll be in a playlist in the description, I guess. And, yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.